The United States and the European Union have announced a new trade framework aimed at easing tensions and restoring economic cooperation. Under the agreement, Washington will suspend some tariffs on European cars, while Brussels lowers barriers on U.S. agricultural imports. Both sides also pledged investments in energy and technology, calling the deal a step towards stabilizing transatlantic trade. But while Europe and Japan have moved quickly under U.S. pressure, Canada is taking a different path. Ottawa has made it clear it will not be rushed into signing a deal on Washington's terms. Canadian officials argue that short-term concessions could damage industries like agriculture, energy, and manufacturing for years to come. They say any agreement must be built on balance and long-term stability, not political headlines. President Trump has warned that Canada could face tariffs on cars, energy, and consumer goods if it delays joining the deal. But despite the threats, Ottawa is standing firm. Rather than yield to pressure, Canada is diversifying its trade partners, strengthening ties with Asia and Latin America, and reinforcing its domestic economy. The contrast is sharp. Europe and Japan accepted concessions to avoid disruption. Canada, however, believes its resilience and resources give it leverage. Officials in Ottawa argue that the US ultimately needs Canadian markets and energy just as much as Canada needs access to the US. Meanwhile, pressure is mounting at home in the United States. Tariffs have raised costs across multiple industries. Food processors in the Midwest have cut production, some shutting down entirely. Auto suppliers are warning of layoffs as steel and aluminum prices rise. And consumers are now feeling the squeeze, with grocery bills climbing and inflation eroding household budgets. Economists warn that while Washington may present the European deal as a win, the reality is more complex. Short-term gains are overshadowed by long-term risks. By forcing allies into rushed agreements, the US risks damaging its credibility and deepening rifts with its closest partners. Canada, on the other hand, is taking the patient route. By diversifying trade, building new markets, and refusing to panic, it is positioning itself for resilience. Ottawa's strategy is not without risk, but it signals confidence that Canada can withstand US pressure longer than expected. At its core, this trade standoff is about endurance. The United States wants fast results to show strength. Europe and Japan have chosen compromise. But Canada is betting on time, patience, and unity as its greatest weapons. This is True Estate Report. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.